Yeah, y'all tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in. Yeah, I started late tonight. I started late tonight. I started late tonight. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Let's get this going now. Let's get this going now. Let's get this shit going right now, guys. I'm sorry for the late live, guys. I supposed to went live a while ago, about an hour ago. I should have went live. What to do, done one? Done, hey, I supposed to win earlier. Done one. I supposed to win earlier than this. I got distracted. I damn near had the time to start at 9. But I said, damn, I'm gonna go by the bar right quick and take me a shot and have me a beer. I went up there, seen a lot of motherfuckers that I know. I already sweared. YouTube, they already tripping anyway. They don't care. Yeah, so they kind of held me up a little bit. I realized it was late, and but I said, fuck it. I said I gotta go live. I ain't been going live all week. Besides, it's Friday night. Some of y'all don't gotta work in the morning. School's out for the kids, so there's no excuse for you guys to say I gotta get up and work in the morning unless you got a job like me, where you gotta work on weekends. But let's get to the nitty gritty. All this fucking black news is going on. A lot of black news going on right now. Matter of fact, all the news that's going on right now, positive or negative, ain't nothing but black news. From Diddy to Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion, Papoose, and Remy Ma. I know y'all tired of that shit right now. Papoose and Remy Ma. I know y'all tired of this shit now. Also, sidebar, Clarissa Shields. All that shit. We all on this shit. We all in the news, and all the black people are in the news. All stories are black news. There are no top news that's dealing with the white folks. It's not a racial show. This is not a black show. We's a fact show, and we trying to get to the point. I know I just ran it off real fast. I ain't been on in a while. That's what happens when you get rest, and you get rest, and you get away from this camera for a minute. You come back energy with energy. So yeah, I'm full of energy, man. I realize this shit can take a toll on you sometime if you don't manage it right, you know. So like me, I'm a guy that works from yeah, hey, you know what? Hey, Don Juan. Know why I'm sick? Know why I'm so tired of it, sweetie? Because we're the only in the black community where we break up with our significant other. Not all of us, but only in the black community that when we break up with our significant other, not all of us, the fact is we go to social media with it and we talk to strangers. We go to talk to strangers. We talk to these strangers, people who don't know us, that we ain't been around, but you feel like you know them because they be on all your Facebook comments. They be on all your Facebook posts. They like you and all that, but they don't know you. So you really talking to strangers about your relationship and bringing them into your household and sharing your dirty laundry and your other ex dirty laundry. And we're the only ones that do this shit. When Charlie Sheen and such broke up, they didn't go on social media talking crazy at each other. They didn't go on Instagram dogging each other, letting out the dirty laundry. Only us black folks do that shit. Uh, and I understand. We gotta understand from both parties. They are both hurt. Papoose is hurt. Remy Ma is hurt. Uh, we know they're gonna say stuff about each other that just to hurt each other, to make the other one look better than the other one or better than the other one. We all guilty of this shit some part of our life. I went through this shit before where me and my ex had got into it, and the fact that I'm a social media guy, I'm a media guy, content creator, and all that, of course she's gonna bring everybody. She was gonna bring everybody that knows about our breakup just to try to make me look bad because she was hurt. And me at the same time, the shit that she said on live and talked about to people that she shared with people that she don't even know and they don't know her, they don't know me, they just know of us. It makes you mad, and guess what you start doing? You start going back and forth with each other, talking all this shit about each other, sharing it with strangers, and all they doing is laughing at you, and they playing sides and taking sides. At the same time, people be like, I don't want to hear negative stuff. I'm tired of all this negative stuff. I'm pushing peace. No, y'all part of the problem. Y'all have to entertain the fucking goddamn crazy shit. Everybody that's talking about they tired of the Wibby Mar and Papoose shit, they up looking. They own both. They watching both Instagrams every day. Every day they watching the Pap Instagram or Wibby Mar Instagram. We As you see, the Puff Daddy situation is starting to open up a lot. It's starting to get real ridiculous over there in the Puff Daddy case. Every day something pops up about somebody or someone. You seen the other day, Kid Cudi. He got on stand. They talked to him. A lot of shit started to open up. But here's my take on that as well. It's real crazy. And go back to your last comment, the social media shit. We don't never whatever happened to either talking to a friend of yours or a relative or your mom about your relationship instead of going to Facebook and talking to all these strangers who don't give a fuck about your relationship. They just acting like that because they want to know more. They feel like you'll tell them the business if they act friendly with you. Y'all ain't caught on to that shit yet. It's stupid. Especially in these little small ghetto hoods and cities and shit. They like that shit. I know a lot of people, I try to share people that type of noise and stuff. They don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to hear all that ghetto blues and shit about motherfuckers. They don't want to hear about Papoose and Remy. They don't like to hear about, they don't care to hear about Diddy. And guess what? I agree with you on that too, Don Juan. I guess what? I don't go to nobody for nothing, especially if it's a situation I put myself in, right? If I put myself in a situation, I'm gonna get myself out of the situation because nobody else. I don't expect nobody else to. I can't expect nobody else to. If I vent to somebody and let them know what I'm going through, guess what they're gonna go do? They're gonna go tell the next person just to start a conversation or have some conversation to talk about. So yeah, man, that's crazy, man. Remy Ma and it's crazy, man. And she said it too. The funny part about it, she said, "Why she say he wrote all my bars, my rhymes?" And guess what? That nigga ended up saying the shit. Cause it's a fact. What it do? 85 cut? I'm sorry, man. I could have started earlier though, man, but it's my fault. It's late because what? It's the weekend. It's Friday. Nobody got nothing to do unless you have to go out and party and drink and shit. But I got to do this because I ain't been on it all week. But I let all the bullshit pile up on these days that I wasn't going live. Just to have some shit to talk to you guys about anyway. But sometimes you get caught up talking about the same shit every night. And that's because I be tired of shit so most of the time. I really don't be having enough content to share with you guys because sometimes I go to work and I come straight here and I get on the live. I don't get a chance to look at all the shit that's going on. But lately I've been watching a lot of shit to get caught up with shit. I even watched Final Destination 6 last night because I got tired of motherfuckers half telling the movie and shit, giving them all the, spoiling that shit. So I say, you know what, I'm tired of niggas. Every time I come around, motherfucker want to let you know that they watch the Final Destination movie and then eventually they start talking about different things. And I don't like to don't give me the fucking movie. I don't want to know what happened. So I said, you know what? I got a free movie out. I should have watched this shit 2 weeks ago. Let me get this shit out the way before this nigga get to talking too much at work. This shit out right now. But yeah, to get back to the Diddy situation, it's crazy. Everybody is popping up on the Diddy shit. And I hate to I want to make this a race study. Because what the white boys and white girls that was hanging around Diddy? Where are the white boys and white girls that was hanging around Diddy? You seen Diddy shoot these Ciroc commercials, man. You see the white boys and white girls in his commercials. What we need to bring them? And guess what? This should be no RICO law, and this should it need to be some more motherfuckers getting sitting in handcuffs with their lawyers too. Diddy can't be the only one y'all going out there. He's one man ain't behind all this now. One man can't all be behind this right here. Tap in, cut the case to keep that podcast show live right now, live and direct. Coke Bread Respect, you heard? You tagging people right now, man. I hit that like button for your boy 85 Cut. He was at it with it. Boy Cuddy J right here. Hit the like for Don Juan. Hit the like for all the moderators. I see 2 extra people up here. Y'all show some love right now. Show some love right now. At least if you ain't gonna say nothing, hit the heart button. Hit the heart button for your boy. Hit the like button. Hit the thumb up button right. You motherfucking right. The white boys already got the plea deal. And guess what? Once he had turned on the Ciroc boys, them boys from France, them white Europeans. Oh, it's a different type of white boy right there. It's a different type of white boy. And guess what? Jay might be behind that shit. I hate it if he is because Jay has a different type of aura. Jay though I hate for Jay to be in this. But if he is, then you gotta understand this. Anybody that's rich or got to a high level, they did some crazy shit to get there, and they doing some crazy shit to stay there. We do one thing for certain on that. We know that for sure. Yeah, the dude in the plane. No, the white guy was from McKinney, Texas. 20 minutes north of where I'm at right now. White dude that they arrested, he was from Dallas, Texas, man, out of McKinney. You're right. You're right. Let me tag a couple of people, friends, just alert to me that I'm going live. Some people always say, why you don't let me know when you're going live, man? I be catching it after you do the show and all that. I said, when y'all see me post that shit on Facebook and I'm going live and I tag your name, even if I don't tag your name, and you see I've shared it on the timeline, that means I'm going live. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, the white boy was really up. Yeah, exactly. And the crazy part about it, the white boy stay across. He lived next door to my homegirl and her husband for years. The white boy, yeah, his parents lived next door to my homegirl and her husband out there in McKinney, Texas. That's good enough right there. Yeah, I remember when that shit. I did that. My bad. I remember when it first happened. I remember when the shit first went down with Puff Daddy when he flew to that little country, small country. When I was talking about it on Facebook, my own girl was like, "Hey, Dan, that's the dude. That dude right there. I watched him grow up. That's my old neighbor. His mom's gonna stay next door to me." And I'm like, "Wow." And Cassie, it's crazy. All this shit came alive just so Cassie can make an ass out of herself, make herself look bad. She damn near about to get divorced by her husband. Her husband about to divorce her. Once all this shit clear up, I'm pretty sure Cassie's husband gonna divorce her. I would. But, oh yeah. Another thing, they brought up Laura London and Nipsey Hussle and shit, trying to tie Nipsey Hussle's death from hip. But this is what I'm talking about. First, you want to say the Rolling 60 Crips did it, and apparently Nipsey Hussle was really shot because he called a nigga a snitch. And we all know in the hood, when you call somebody a snitch or you say somebody gay or something like that, ain't no paperwork behind it or something like that. That's offensive. Nigga got your number. So now all of a sudden this shit right here is transforming to, oh, Diddy was behind the shit. Diddy had laid the play out. He wanted to take Nip out because Nick was one of the new guys that intimidated Puff. And Puff seen that. Puff said, this nigga got to go. So they think that he shouldn't have played yet. Laura London to get at Nip to become, get with Nip, the way he can manipulate his thinking, get the insight about what he got going on, keep it close up under. The way, you make this better decision, change the decision plan. I don't know how they come up with this shit and say shit like that. This shit's crazy though. This shit, what is this shit? Is this shit a trafficking trial or is it Assault trial. Is he get charged for assault? Or cause what the trafficking thing at? Where all this other shit coming up at? Shit crazy, man. She was down to do these freak outs. She was more into the freak outs more than Diddy was, bro. And and guess what? And let's get just to speak on Pap and Remy. I want to go ahead and throw some other shit out there. I'm sick of the women that talk about the turn on Papoose because Remy making him out to be a bum ass nigga now just because of this, that, and the other. But y'all was saying this shit about him when he was holding her down in jail for 7, 8, 9 years. He wasn't no bum ass nigga then. He deserved to sit on his fucking ass in his back after holding her down for 7, 8, 9 years while she was locked up and taking care of the kids. Now, I don't know what happened to Papoose career. He should have been one of the top rappers. You know what I'm saying? As far as lyrics and spitting bars and shit, nobody can fuck with him. But I guess, some of them guys that can rap real good and spit bars, they don't know how to make songs. But that's when you got songwriters and song creators for it. Pap, I think Pap got held back too. And I think those years when Remy Martin was in jail, it held him back, it slowed him down. Because it was during the time he was in his prime. From the time him being 28, 29 to 35, 36, when Remy came home. He should sit back and chill. It's just like when the pandemic occurred and shit, and they said we can't go back to work, we gotta take unemployment. Shit, I said, damn. I've been working since 1995, and I go to work. I went to work every day with pride, and they never really called out. At least I was sick. I put in all that time and work, even the later years. I ain't. My son and mom, he's like, you're not gonna go back to work and try to get a job. I'm getting a fucking unemployed check every other week for $2,000. Why the fuck am I gonna go back to work for it? I'm gonna chill till they say it's time we take these masks off and everything's at 100% capacity. And I'm gonna chill. I chill for a year and a half. Compared to the whole time. I didn't go back to work till 2021, in May. I sit back and collect $2,000 every 2 weeks. That shit paid bills, car notes and everything, bought outfits and everything. I didn't know what it was like to receive a check because I was used to getting my money fast, right off the deck. I never had to wait on a check. Only one time in my life I had to wait on a check. That's when I started off as a bus boy at a restaurant. But other than that, I've been getting cash money every day in any kind of way, whether I was selling drugs or waiting tables or bartending. So, I took a break on there. I said, I'll be damned if I go back to work. I put in a lot of time in work. I deserve to have a break. I couldn't go back to work right away anyway. That was the whole purpose of me not even working right off top because I had herniated disc problems. I had back problems up at the top of my neck because when you sleep like this, or you always like this, or you like this all the time, that makes your neck go like that. Your neck's supposed to be like this, curved back. After years of just doing that, laying in your bed or your couch, or looking on your phone all the time, or at your laptop all the time, it makes your neck end up being like that. Hit that like button. Can't believe it's 4 y'all in here and it's only 2 likes. Now it's 5 motherfuckers in here and there's only 2 likes. Niggas gotta like something. It gotta be some shit I just said that was real and likable. Gotta be. I know what it is. I just said it. I wouldn't have said it if it wasn't. Y'all stop playing with me. And YouTube, you stop playing too, man. I see what YouTube doing. YouTube playing. I'm gonna just go ahead and start doing this. I'm gonna go start fucking around with this restream shit, man. Yeah, that would have happened to him down one. He had to slow down, but yeah, if she went to jail, they both would have prevailed and went higher than what they are. But like I was saying before, yeah, I think I'm gonna try this new shit called Restream, man. Just restream my shit, man, to a whole nother different type of audience and load it up on Facebook, YouTube at the same time. Cause YouTube really tripping though, cuz I know they are. I know they are. I seen the motherfucker. I watched a rapper last night go live, man. Shout out to that nigga Stu the Hustler out of Akron, Ohio. And his YouTube, he do good numbers. He do good numbers on his video. It's for a video, a rap video. He started going live last night, and I know he got an audience. I look at his live show. He only had like 6 people watching, and he's more famous than I'm not famous, but he's more popular overall than I am. So I know YouTube playing. Charleston White said it. Charleston White said YouTube playing with people money, playing with their fucking the algorithm. YouTube, that's exactly what YouTube doing, man. I think it's highly competitive. It's so much capacity. Everybody got a YouTube channel now. Everybody wants to be a podcaster. All of that right there. So YouTube is really, you know what I'm saying, like getting kind of like falling off to me, I feel like. Because everybody's saying they do it now. Me, I'm a person, man. I don't think I ain't gonna call you no YouTuber or live streamer, man, until you got a couple of videos under your belt. And when I say a couple of, I ain't talking about 2. And it gotta be consistently. You do 1, 2 podcasts, nigga. You ain't no podcast, nigga. Or whoever. You got a podcast show you trying to start up, but you gotta be consistent with it. Especially if you're trying to build a channel. My channel is already built. I know YouTube got me in a headlock right now. I was talking to Katie the other day. I said, YouTube views went down. I said, in some kind of way, I want to feel like, because you're not on there, because most everybody wanted to come see you anyway, damn near. I said, some people want to see me too. But a lot of people, they still come on and ask about it. I said, they still come on and ask about you all the time, you know. But one thing about it, I know when people see a white girl on the screen, especially with a black guy behind or beside her, they automatically going to track to the video. And YouTube going to show love to the white faces. YouTube going to show love to the white faces. Oh, we got this white girl on there. Let's make this channel right here thrive. I know how they act. They do it with, like, if I was a Jewish kid, this channel be big. Nothing against the Jews. I'm not Kanye. I'm just saying what's real. But I told Katie, I said the numbers down. I don't know because it's you gone or they put me out the algorithm or they shadow ban me because of me playing music that's copyrighted. I can really think it's that because since they blocked that video that I did, and I did good numbers on it, my numbers ain't look the same since then. And besides, I did numbers by myself. So I know it gotta be YouTube. Yeah, I gotta figure that part out right there though. But the music shit ain't going either though, man. Because even when I did play other music, besides my music, even when I played other music, it is still there. When I think it's 85. Before I even started playing music, the numbers was there. I'm telling you, I know what YouTube is doing. YouTube does it to everybody. Charleston White already gave the blues about this shit, how it goes. YouTube, they unless you already got my shit was increasing. Every time me and Katie did a show, that shit was going up. Even when Katie took up, I was still doing thousands of views. As soon as I did that video, man, which did 1,000 and some views, 85, I did it midday. I sat there and I took off for 5 minutes to go put my clothes in the laundromat. My boy had some rock and roll music playing for at least 5 minutes. And when I came back to load that shit up, man, with people still on there, I did 1,000 plus on there. I wake up the next morning, YouTube sent me that shit through email saying, hey, you've been playing this shit right here, your video was blocked. Ever since that moment, my shit has been low. I'm going to tell you another thing. I'm going to tell you how I know this. Even when I used to do shorts, I could do the most craziest, simplest short video, 15 seconds to 60 seconds. I get 20-some thousand views off a short. I did that shit the other night. At my job, I did some entertaining shit the other day with my coworkers, which you would think would get a bunch of views if somebody else did it, or even if I did it. But I still didn't get a bunch of views. That's how I know YouTube is on some bullshit. And I'm going to say it on YouTube. I'm gonna say it on YouTube, man, cause this shit ridiculous, man. I got away from Facebook to get on YouTube because it was a waste of time to go live on Facebook anyway. Because people go live on Facebook because they know their friends and people gonna automatically click on and watch them. On here, it's a bigger ocean. Facebook ain't nothing but a fish tank, aquarium. This right here, YouTube is an ocean. But you know what? This is why Charleston White from here. Me and Charleston White, before Charleston White blew up, right in his top, right in his era, when he started climbing, Charleston White got into it with me and the homies. We got into it with Charleston White way back in 2020, back in April. He was going at us, episode, he talking about rolling 60 Crips and all that right there. He was talking about us. And he mentioned my name a couple times and shit. People still bring it up to him. But Charleston White don't even have a YouTube channel no more. The game-related podcast, they don't even shoot that shit that much no more. But here's Charleston White. Charleston White does views and numbers on other shows. Other podcasts know they bring Charleston White on. He gonna bring 500,000 views, probably 200,000 at the least. I mean, if he fuck with you, he won't even charge you, man. No, he'll just I know you trying to make your shit come up. I ain't gonna even charge you that much, man, because I see you dedicated to your channel, man. So yeah, you don't even gotta give it that. Now people say, why I won't invite Charleston White on? We don't fuck with each other. He ain't gonna never come on my show. If he could, he gonna be expecting. He gonna think we gonna try to do something to him, cause he know me. He remember me. So I know Charleston White's not gonna come on my show. It's a lot of people that's not gonna come on my show because they got who my homeboys them are. He from the north. They might got some beef with my homeboys from the north where I'm from in Shreveport, and they like, oh, he tied in with them niggas. I can't go on this show now. Like I know this for a fact because it was a lot of motherfuckers gravitating to me and they were cool with me until they finally realized where I was from. They were like, they started easing back. They're like, oh, they see me on pictures with certain niggas and they like they ease back. What it do, Francis Rodriguez, my bad. I ain't see you come in, man. Welcome, Francis. Hit that like button for me, Francis Rodriguez. Hit that like button, tapping in. But yeah, man. I know YouTube on that bullshit, and I know why. I can't be mad because I know the reason why it is. A nigga can't say, oh, because you be smoking weed on there, you be doing that. I be watching there. My favorite rapper, Yukmouth. He got Yukmouth TV, man. He go live every night, man. He do numbers. He be smoking and drinking on his show. I've been watching this shit for years. Even the Star Report. He does a show, the Star Report. Every now and then he be sipping. He should be smoking on his. You can't blame it on what you're doing on camera these days. It's all about fucking popularity now. And YouTube got who they want to put the green light on or be in the red. And I've been in the red for the longest. I was watching this YouTube video, man. You know, you go to YouTube Studio, right? And you go look at your analytics and all that shit right there. And you also got like on the one part, it got like a YouTube University where you go click on videos and learn about how YouTube, all the new waves and the updates on YouTube. When you fuck with that, YouTube, they kind of like, they see you fucking with that, they kind of like put you in the green. And I watch videos and I listen to people say, hey, don't burn yourself out doing, on YouTube, trying to give content every time you can. Give yourself time to break and rest. Give your brain a chance to rest because sometimes, you can be doing a live every night where you put your brain be tired. These times I've been sitting up here, man, and I be feeling that weed and that drink too, though. So uh, sometimes I can go 2 3 hours. Sometimes I can go an hour, but I it be dull sometimes. Like right now, y'all notice I ain't talked to you guys in 3 4 days. I ain't stopped talking yet. Scarell, what's happening with it? Appreciate you, man. Yeah, y'all just like when I hit that like button for your boy. Y'all notice like you notice like I talked to Dun One last night, and I told Dun One she hit me up. She was like, "What you going live tonight?" I'm like, "Nah, I ain't going live." You know, but I'm watching. I watched the basketball game, and I watched Final Destination Part 6, which I stopped watching them motherfuckers after Part 3. I said, once you go to Part 4 and Part 5, I don't want to watch that shit no more, unless if Jason, Friday the 13th, or Michael Myers, or Leatherface. I watched all Pirates of the Caribbean. They need to come out with another Pirates of the Caribbean. And I fuck with Lord of the Rings also. What it do, my boy Scarab. But like I was saying, y'all, I told Don One, I said I gotta take a break, you know. Even if you got the content to provide though, your body still need the rest to deliver it. And that's why I'm so energetic right now, because I ain't talked to y'all since I think I hollered at y'all Monday for a second. I hollered at y'all Monday for a second, and in the middle of my live, um, somebody hit me up, wanted me to hang out with them. And yes, I got there's somebody out there, man, that I've been hanging out with, man, cooling with. Not saying any distraction to me not going live the other few nights, but yeah, I have been somebody, that I think feeling me in a certain way. They just don't really know how to seal the deal, I should say. They do everything it is to let me know that they feeling me, but they're not saying nothing or like to make me be like, "What's up?" With or me to make a move. And I think she might be a girl. You know what I'm saying? That yeah, she might be a girl that that's used to guys making the move first. Black inspiration. She she might be one of them girls that like some girls they aggressive. Some girls they aggressive with everything except when it come to approaching a guy or trying to get a guy uh, attention or something. Uh, and then like who knows, man? Like I said, I just stay doing what I'm doing. Who we got all tapped in here? We got 5 people up here, or is it one person? Who's all in here? Say I. I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see if YouTube really playing like they playing. Say I. Here. Yeah, YouTube playing. Okay, now we're saying 2. See, I'm looking right here and I'm looking right here. 3. Okay. Now we're saying, okay, so I see 3 eyes and 3 ears, but right here say 5 people watching. 3 right here, 5 people. Yeah, you know what? It ain't even about being shy, scrub. I think some of the people that be watching the show, I'm gonna give you 2 reasons why. Cause I don't really want to just blame them like that. Cause I think some people that watch the show that be looking at me and don't be saying nothing. There's people who know me that grew up with me. They might be from Shreveport or they might be from around here. Because I just tagged 100 people on Facebook to tap into my live. So I know at least out of them 100 people, at least 50 of them duck their head up there for a second. I got people that don't. You got people that don't want to let you know that they're watching you or showing love or respect, and they'll come in here and won't even, they probably can't come in, but they won't even hit the like button. I had people tell me I tried to come in, but I couldn't find out what to come in at. And I said, how the hell you can't find out what to come in at? It's right there in the chat shit. They said, well, I seen the chat thing, but I couldn't get there. I said, well, damn, I don't know what to say then. Well, some people not YouTube savvy either. Yeah, like I mean, at least if I'm watching somebody live, right, and I'm attending to that motherfucker for a certain amount of time, if I ain't saying it, I'm at least gonna hit the like button for that little moment. I'm gonna move around. Now, if I do say something and they catch it and they intervene and react to me, I'm gonna keep the conversation going. But half of the time when you watching so many people live and shit, there be so many people in the chat line that they won't even see your post, your comment. So yeah, man. I yeah, at least hit the like button. And that's what I be saying about these people, man. They be watching me, and they don't want to hit the like button. And but which is that's why I say most of these people who I know not doing that, they from Shreveport, they from my Facebook page, and I got a lot of it's a lot of people that undercoverly hate me, not and dislike me. There's a lot of people that since I became a blogger anyway, because I always been outspoken, but since I'm outspoken on social media, it makes me more of a bad guy. So a lot of people don't fuck with me because I'm outspoken or I go against the grain on what they like, or I be an advocate to something they don't like. It's whatever. A lot of people don't like this shit. Some of them are females, and black females. I probably make a lot of white people mad. I don't give a fuck though. I got homeboys and homegirls that I grew up with, who I stayed with, went to school with. I make them mad. They don't like me too, so they not gonna show love on here too. They'll come in here and pick to see what I'm talking about. Especially if it's mess. Let me say I got a paperwork party. Let me make it. Let me put the thumbnail with the paperwork on there and make the title "Paperwork Party." Snitches that read the list. People like this shit. Even the people that like pushing the peaks, they gonna gravitate to the show. They gonna come on. They gonna watch the show. They gonna see because they want to hear the mess. They gonna fix a drink, roll a blunt. But guess what? They don't know what they're getting out of this. See, I'm all over the place like bird shit. I'm not talking about something that's local that they aware of or they got any knowledge about. So they not gonna really just stay tapped in. And they sure not gonna say what's up. Appreciate that, Scarub. Then I have people that just don't know, they don't know how to do the comment thing. I will tell people this, if you try to comment, it should be a thing of, it should be some part on the video where it say the chat or comment set, it's two dots. If you slide it over there, then go to the chat room and click on it, it's gonna show all the live comments. That's how you get on the chat line. Just in case you don't know how to do it and it's not letting you get there, that's the only way I can show you. It's by telling you how to do it that way. I've been trying to get back on my podcast stuff, and even doing my kickback chit chat, especially how the news is floating around right now. The kickback chit chat is where I was doing numbers at with no guests or nothing. Pre-recorded. I throw the little effects in my shit, you know what I'm saying? Make that shit look nice, good video, good audio, good content. I don't have no interruptions. I'm not reading, comments and chat lines and stuff, just distracting me from my topic. I'm on pace. If y'all ever watch any of my shows, you'll see that. My podcast is when I have a guest or I have a guest co-host, which I've been in the means of that. Everybody wants to be a guest co-host, but nobody ain't ready to host when it's time to host. Nobody wants, when I say let's do this shit Thursday, I just started doing lives, man. If it wasn't for Katie, I would have never touched the lives. I did a couple of lives about 2 years ago, and I didn't have the patience because nobody wasn't jumping on. People used to always tell me to go live on YouTube. I said, I'm going to go live. I'm going to let y'all know. Nobody never tapped in. So I finally tried this shit 4 months ago with Katie, and Katie had brought some inspiration to the shit. That's why I've been doing it ever since. But I love doing the Kickback Podcast show where I have a guest or a guest co-host so I can talk. I like to pop my other shit. And I like to show my intelligence too. I'm cursing less. The Kickback Chit Chat really just give you the podcast actually show you that I can debate and I also can ask questions and go down and I got stories too. Same thing with the Kickback Chit Chat. And I think the live just give me it's a little bit of everything. I'm a little bit more loose, unprofessional. I talk my shit. and I can share stories. It was hard trying to get people online, but you gotta understand, Scarell, you was on here a while ago, man, when I had what? Shit, I was getting thousands of views. It'd be 50 people in the fucking chat line, 100 people in the chat line. We peaked at 400 one time. You was in the chat line doing those times, but now I'm shadow banned right now, and it's I know I'm shadow banned. No matter what type of thumbnail I put up there or title, YouTube is gonna hold me to the bottom. It's crazy. And like if I and like I said, I just tagged 100 people on Facebook. I knew out of pretty much everybody I tagged on Facebook, I know their motive. I know they probably at least clicked on it or they're too busy. They might click on it tomorrow. Now keep in mind now, the views go up. I download it up and I finish the live, people might watch this shit tomorrow. Or they might watch it next week. The views stay going up. It's called live for a reason. I do like that shit to be live when I'm live though, not afterwards. I don't like Lisa. Lisa sleep. I know why Lisa sleep because she's busy. She has a lot going. But Lisa still come back and watch the show, and then she'll comment and let me know what she felt about the show. She breaks everything down. That's why I love Lisa. I love Lisa because she actually go back and she give me her perspective on what I said, and you can tell she actually sit there and listen to me and dissected everything. And like I said, I know motherfuckers be watching me. They grew up with me and shit because I was talking about some stuff one time. Appreciate that, Scarell. You need to go back and watch some podcast episodes, though, man. I got especially my old ones, man. When I used to have a homeboy just sitting there. I used to have an audience in the background, and man, and them was the phone ones. We used to be fucked up. The audience they fucked up. One show I did, man. I had everybody on set took an ecstasy pill except me and my homeboy, and the whole fucking room was on X, and that shit was fucking hilarious, crazy, spooky, scary, hilarious. That shit was crazy. Yeah, now Dawn one. Now Dawn, let me get. And Dawn one, she goes. Dawn one been fucking with me before the live. Dawn one is actually used to the podcast in the Kickback Chit Chat. When I started going live, now Dawn one probably like to chat because she could talk to me right out top. Cause Dawn one was set to be my podcast host a year ago. Me and Dawn one, we know each other. So Dawn one probably liked the live now because of the fact that we could interact right on top. But Dawn one was dedicated to my Kickback podcast show and my Kickback Chit Chat. And she loyal, man, and she represent motherfuckers, man. Like you got some shit going on, and she fuck with you, man. Cause like I see, she especially with the rapping and shit. That's why my homeboy had plugged me in with it. He had my homeboy Corey Walker. He hit me up. He's like, got a homegirl trying to get into the podcasting thing, and it was about like a year and a half ago. I said, okay, man, I'm always open for anybody trying to be a guest co-host, especially a female. And the fact that she live out here and she from the city, I'm from, yeah, I love to have her on as a co-host. I said, but right we were about to start the thing, it was gonna be me, her, and my partner Debo King. Y'all remember Debo King? We was gonna be like a trio. And then I was like, okay, because first it's gonna be me and Dawn one. Then we made it a trio. We added Debo King. It never worked out, some things went through, trials and tribulations, but we stayed in contact. And as I realized, the way Dawn one works anyway, there's no way me and her probably can do a actual podcast like the way I wanted to be. Because I'm all about how my setup is on the podcast and the Kickback Chit Chat. People always want me to do the podcast and do a video, what they call this shit, FaceTime way, where we both on the. That takes away the whole feeling of my podcast. It doesn't feel like the kickback. I want you to come over here and see, cause my show, it all started off as me being, it's called the Kickback, where I have it set up like it's an actual kickback going on. I have people sitting at the table with me, my homeboys, and we sitting there talking shit, drinking and eating. I feed the guests, I'm feeding everybody. Got somebody passing plates around, pouring drinks. It was called the Kickback. That's how I had it at first. It eventually grew out of that because I haven't cooked for a guest in probably what 3 4 years, 3 years, 3 4 years. But I took the snack back part out of it, and I just made it an actual show. But I prefer my podcast to have both of us in the same building doing it. And I even it's like remember them rappers back in the day before back in the day, them rappers had to be in the studio with each other to create songs and come up with them songs they were doing. You couldn't record no shit and email it to you. I'm gonna email my verse to you. Send me that track and record on them and email it back to you. Nah, that shit wasn't like that back then. You had to actually be up in the studio to make them hits. And I remember our first album that we made. Well, I'm gonna just say not the album. Me and my group members, Click, the, the first couple songs the songs we made before I went to jail, sound I like them more than the ones we made when I came home, except my song. Due to the fact because we was always in the studio together at the same time recording them songs. It never was somebody that came by the studio 4 days later after we all recorded the song and jumped on the shit. We all sit there and watch the nigga make the beat and started writing our verses while he making the beat. And by the time he done with the beat, all our verses be done. It's time to go record. We did songs like that, and the reason why the songs were so good because we was all there at the same time making it. It was the feeling. Now these days, you know what I'm saying, everybody, it just don't have that gumbo feel no more. And it's how I like my podcast to be. I like to do my podcast with my co-host sitting by me. We're gonna be sitting here drinking and smoking, talking shit and swallowing spit. Same and with my live. Now the lives, it's cool to do the face-to-face thing. As I don't mind doing the little whatever they call that shit on the live stream. Cause I don't really call this the podcast. It's just on my podcast channel. I just call this I just call this the live. It was Katie Cuddy and Katie live at the beginning. But since with minus Katie, I had to just I just type out what I'm talking about. But I got Cuddy Casey Kickback Podcast Show, which is the baby, the granddaddy of the show. That was my first one. And I got the Kickback Chit Chat, which I do more numbers than I do when I have a guest on my show. By myself. There's only a couple of episodes where I had a guest that came on and they hit over 1,000. They let me know that ain't nobody really fuck with them. Cause I know the people that fuck with me to watch this shit, but did your people watch it? Cause only my people come in, then the ones that hit 1,000 or hit more, hit big numbers. You can tell the comments who all you got people from everywhere coming on both ends, showing love to him and or them or me. When I realized the Kickback Chit Chat, I do better numbers that way, and people I got people hooked on that shit. People think this is the Kickback Chit Chat. But it's not, because every time I do the Kickback Chit Chat, everybody know how I started off. It's the Kickback Chit Chat. What I say is the Kickback Chit Chat. Roll up a zigzag and drink a 6-pack. I know y'all with that. Shout out to the homies, Mr. Wody in Big Sack. Get stacks. Nigga never ever been mixed match. Only when I bought a Dickie suit. Get it mixed match. That's the Kickback Chit Chat. And I make sure that there's nobody on there. At least somebody want to come on there and chit chat with me for a couple seconds, that's cool. But I pretty much use that show just for me. I created that show for the fact that I got tired of guests and people bagging out once the show was time to, be on the podcast. After they had begged me for months to be on the podcast, when the day come, they can't show up. So it's like, that's why I started to keep back chit chat, because I was letting content slide away And I went on I said, you know what, I got to continue this channel, man. And I got to find a way where I can always do content without having a guest. So I created another show, the Kickback Chit Chat. Kickback Podcast still gonna be the thing. But until I find somebody, a permanent co-host or a set of people that can come on and just rotate the co-hosting part, I'm not gonna really be doing that. You know, just to let you know, anytime it's another person involved, it's gonna always be the podcast show. But when it's just me, it's gonna be the live stream, or it's gonna be the Kickback Chit Chat. And the Kickback Chit Chat ain't probably about 15 to 35 minutes videos I'm shooting. I'm giving y'all the run on what's going on and my perspective, and giving you all this type of stuff that's going on besides it, and then telling you a story that I probably can share with you, that I probably can relate to what I'm talking about. So that's probably why a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, tap into that, because I'm not keeping them long. You know, nobody wants to go to church and sit and watch the preacher preach for 3 hours. You don't want to go to that church no more. You want to go to the church with the preacher preaching for about 30 or 40 minutes and you gone. So it's kind of how it is with YouTube. People see a 30-minute video, they're more likely to watch it than fucking a 2-hour video, because they now have that much time to watch it. They probably come back to it later on. Because sometimes I watch No Jumper, I watch a couple of channels, but I never watch the entire episode unless it's really, 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 really live and I have a really, really lot of time. I got a lot of time in my hand. If I don't, I go back and watch the shit anyway, especially if I like it. Yeah, man. I do my shorts. I know people are eager to watch shorts because it's short. So they're going to take up 15 seconds to 3 minutes of your time. And I'm almost touching my hours too, guys, just to give y'all a fucking reminder. Hit that subscribe button. I'm almost about to get to that, my hours up. I don't know if that changed. I don't know if once I hit the 3,000 hour mark, will that put me back in the green with YouTube, or would it put any type of good effect on my channel? But like I keep telling y'all, man, I know Dun One, she know this, and she probably about the only one that don't mind going live with me. But if you got 50,000 subscribers, just tap in and go live, man. Especially if you up in age, and hope you're not a weirdo or somebody. You know, I don't want to. On some real shit, I don't want to tap in and go live with you, and you just happen all of a sudden I find out you a drag queen or some shit. You dressed up in drag and shit, and I'm going live with you. That's uncut. Like that ain't gonna be cool. So I can't do that. I like to dress. I like to add characters on. You know, me and my partner, we were talking about, man, how you can do that shit where you can get the set. You can put the phone and shit on, where they can call in and talk to you. Somebody asked, I said, man, I gotta learn how to do this shit. I said, you gotta understand, man. I didn't come into this game knowing about none of this IT technology shit, man. I was a rapper, drug dealer dude. I didn't know this shit. I had cameramen my first 3 years of podcasting. I had guys, they did all this shit. I just came to content and shit. Most of the time they came up with the guests. I didn't start getting the guests on my show until like what, 3, 4 years after me doing this shit. Then when the pandemic came, I had to learn how to do it myself, which I did because I had so much time on my hand, and I ain't looked back ever since. My subscribers started moving faster anyway once I had started doing it myself anyway. I got cameras, mics, shit, I got a laptop, all that shit. I learned how to do all this editing myself. All this stuff, why I say no middleman productions, all the smoke entertainment. I'm talking about, and for no middleman. Fuck a middleman. I want to go straight to the plug. And guess what? I'm the plug in the socket, in the fucking, all that. No middleman. I'm both of them. I do everything myself. I do it to the minimum, the bare minimum, but I learn on the clock. Um, I be just trying to load my video up and put it up there while the algorithm is thick. I don't have a machine behind me like most of these channels do. That's one y'all need to realize. I don't have a fucking nerd, somebody sitting in the corner right there editing my shit, making clips of me and all that shit, throwing the ball. I don't have that. It's just me. And I got a whole other stuff I do throughout the day besides this right here. I don't have no nerd. Y'all hit that like button. I see new faces topping in. Y'all hit that like button. But like I said, I don't have nobody, no machine behind me or no editor. I don't have a cameraman. I don't have somebody that's out there throwing my name out there, man. Everybody knew about my show because of me. Like I'm like I can actually say, I'm a self-made motherfucker, man. I'm self-made. Ain't nobody made me. I made this channel. I present somebody. I'm very what they call that shit. But anyway, I do a lot of stuff. I create a lot of stuff. Like my slang and shit. People like I say the way I talk and stuff, words I use. I got like certain words I use and shit. I have people saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like I got. I kind of like set trends on slick talking and all that shit throughout my years. So I'm a self-made dude, man. Nobody ain't bad to help me out with this channel, man. All 2,400 subscribers, man, I did that. And everybody else is gonna subscribe on, I'm gonna be doing it. Unless y'all out there telling y'all people about that shit and they subscribe. Ain't nobody throw me no alley hoop. I'm talking about shit. There was a time, man, when I first started podcast, I was on a podcast called the Ian Gleason Show at iHeartRadio. It was right here across the tollway, right here by the Galleria Mall. I came on that show as a guest at first, and I as pretty much as a rapper. It was Ian Gleason is a white boy. He really from South Portland, Maine, but he moved from Brooklyn, New York, from Bed-Stuy. He been in Dallas. I met him at the bar I used to hang out at, and he worked for Lex and Terry show on iHeartRadio. He was the news guy. But so I had damn, I had he found me after being around me for a while. He found me very interesting, and just hearing my story and hearing everybody talk about me and all that, me being who I was and me doing this, me being a father, me being a rapper, me being doing whatever. He caught the hook on that shit. And he invited me on this show, on this podcast. Now keep in mind, me and my partner, man, who owned our record label, my nigga, my Xavier Ray Edwards. United States Olympian. My boy, my Xavier Ray Edwards, also known as Phantom Menace. Me and he was gonna start a podcast called The Happy Hour, and I would do it because I got tired of rapping. I was at that point, man. I think I was about 36 years old, 37. Burnt out on rap. I got tired of hanging around the studio recording songs or just hanging out. Period. And just smoking weed and drinking and having chicks over. We really weren't recording music like we were back in the day. I got tired of sitting on songs, not finding tracks to fit the songs that I wrote in jail. But I was still doing shows. I was still performing. I was going to Deep Ellum. I was going to wherever. Me and my boy GA, we performed this song "Leave Me Alone" in probably about 5 different places. Me and my boy Fly Ty, we performed. We did a couple sets down at Deep Ellum and other places. But around about 2014, 15, I said, nah, fuck this shit. I don't even want to rap no more. I'm talking about if I ain't going there right off top to record the song and finish it, and we put something with this and push this shit, make this shit right and push it. I'm not gonna waste these bars. I'm not gonna waste my breath. I'm not gonna waste my time. So what I did, I ended up catching myself in the house a lot. You know, so I'm in the house. I was already watching YouTube. I'm fresh now. In 2012, I came home from jail. Uh, YouTube was a big deal. It was a big deal before I went to jail, though, but it really became a big deal. They had started having these shows on YouTube, like The Breakfast Club and all that shit like that. I started watching The Breakfast Club, started watching all these other shows. Hot 97, where they interview rappers and artists and celebrities. I want to get on that bitch, man. I want to make, I was still trying to, get in that rap shit then. And then I realized, that nigga getting too old, nigga, this rap shit, the game has changed. This is what they want to hear in the rap now. The music that I made was for back, the type of rap that I made was for that time being, but it was too late to push it out. My first album came out 2009, 2010, but we didn't put it out on platforms until 2011. I had the CDs. I sold CD. We pressed up probably about what, 15,000 copies of my CD, Louise X's, and sold them bitches. I went to Texas Relays. I went everywhere and sold them motherfuckers. I was in the bar selling for 25 or one. People was giving me 10s. People was giving me 15. Uh, and then when I had caught my charge, and I knew I was gonna be going away for a while after I sold all them copies, people like, you need to put your shit on wax. Put that bitch on iTunes, and that bitch ended up being on eMusic, Rhapsody, eMusic, some other shit, whatever Google Music Play, all that shit. But I came home and I was sitting at the house a lot. And then at the time, I ended up meeting a lady, my son's mom. She wasn't my son's mom at the time, but I caught myself in the house a lot. I'm watching YouTube all the time, and I said, I want to start me a show. Now I know I want to just interview rappers, man. I want to put these local rappers out. I want to have a show. My shit was strictly about hip hop. I want to do a show where we talk about rap music and hip hop and other crazy shit, street shit, hood shit. But I want to interview rappers, local rappers, and people who I know trying to come up with the music and do that. Just so happened I met Ian Gleason, who was in their lane, and he invited me on his podcast. If you go to this podcast show, Ian Gleason, episode 69. It's the first time he ever doing a fucking podcast, the Ian Gleason Show. And it's episode 69, 2016. And people enjoyed me, man. And I ain't know what the fuck I was doing. I'm in this fucking nice ass radio station. And then he called me on again to come back the next week. He was like, man, everybody like you, man. Everybody was my guests. They want you to come back. I went on again to finish up my story because I think we did an hour set. I had another hour conversation. So I went back the next Saturday. He said he didn't buy. I think I went on again though, but I think when I went on that third time, he kind of like announced me. Cuddy's our new cast member. He's gonna be part of the podcast show. They love you because Ian Gleason, it was a bigger show. And I said, okay, cool. But me and my homeboy, we supposed to start at our shit, the happy hour. But that shit didn't go. I think he went to the Olympics. I think that's the last year he went to the Olympics. I think he retired after that. And he said, when I come back from the Olympics, we're gonna do the shit. But before we even when he came back from the Olympics, he did come back. Because he got hurt. And when you get hurt in the Olympics, they send your ass back to the United States. You don't stay hanging out over there. So they sent him back, and we had met up with Ian Gleason about starting my podcast called The Happy Hour. We was gonna use the studio at iHeart. And when me and him had met up with, when me and Ray met up with Ian, Ray had a chick with him, and I think they had some shit going on or whatever, and we was sitting at the bar trying to talk business, and like Ray and her, it was a distraction going on, so, and Ian, he kind of peeped that shit out, and that's why he kind of like pulled me to the side after we all kind of like split up, and he was like, hey, yo, you just come join my show, man. We gonna work on your podcast later, promote your shit, and that's what ended up happening. Back then, I didn't know what Cuttercation the Kickback podcast show was. Now, I was saying Cuttercation in my music, so that's where Cuttercation came from. Is the chat line froze, guys? What's going on? Is the chat line froze? Somebody say no or yeah. Is the chat line froze? Because I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's not showing right here. So, the chat line froze, guys. The last person I seen comment was Scarab. Scarab, the last one that had commented 100. I just want to know the chat line froze up because I'm on here running this shit. Okay, all right, I just wanted to make sure because I'm on this bitch running and shit, I'm running my mouth. I don't know if nobody on here, I'm talking to myself. I'm like, hold up now. But yeah, I started that podcast and shit, man. I got on Ian Gleason's show. Because everybody want to know how I started podcasting. So when I think about it, when I first started podcasting, people were laughing at me. People around me were like, man, what the fuck you doing, Cuddy? Because they know I'm a rapper. And I tried to explain to them why I started podcasting. It's for rapping. They're like, okay, I get it. But then, I'm a hood nigga, you know what I'm saying? So they're like, podcasting, people look at podcasts and shit as for nerd dudes and shit like that. So, okay, I see you. They didn't understand or couldn't understand what I was doing. But I made it look good though, because that's who type of nigga I am. My aura, whatever I perceive myself to do, it's gonna make it look good because if I'm fucking with it, so I'm gonna make it look good regardless. So I got on that podcast shit, man, and I was like, I was taking pictures and doing little videos and shit, presenting that shit to people on Facebook. Now, my people back in Shreveport, people around me didn't know what the fuck was going on. They didn't know what a podcast was. They thought you had to have a iPod to listen to podcasts, which you had to, but they didn't know. They didn't know what it was. They didn't know what I was doing. They thought I worked at a radio station. It was set up just like the Breakfast Club. And then why people thought I worked at a radio station, I'm like, nah, I'm doing a podcast. It's called the Ian Gleason Show. There's 5 cast members, but it's this dude, he's his show, but he just got us his cast members. But it's our show. And that's how, but throughout the time we be doing the show, everybody started seeing me doing it now. And like I said, Shreveporters, spending my time, I got a big wave in Shreveport. And people in Shreveport to tell you, Cuddy been podcasting for a long time. He the first podcaster I know. People in Shreveport that know me, they'll say Cuddy is he's the first nigga that introduced me to podcasts. So that don't even matter. I'm just going back into the history of me podcasting. That's how long I've been podcasting. People didn't know what a podcast was. What's up, 85? I hear you, man. But I share this story a lot. When I was doing it, man, I was planning everything out what I want to do. Cause now, keep in mind, when I started podcasting, it wasn't. We did a couple of episodes on YouTube of the Ian Gleason Show, visual, because at first it was just only audio. You didn't see our face, you didn't know who we was. This voice right here, people were like, damn, it's Ja Rule, but it's DMX. They didn't know who I was. They just loved my voice and they loved me talking that shit. We had to put a disclaimer on every show because I cursed this like 15 cents. As soon as I started talking, I cursed. But Ian, he gave these hours, his intro was down to 30 minutes. I'm just playing, but yeah. Then he got a long ass intro. We was sponsored by Patreon, a couple other motherfuckers, some people in New York, some people in fucking Great Lakes, Minnesota. Yeah, we had some sponsors on that show. But yeah, people didn't know our faces. They just knew it was a white guy, a Mexican guy, a Puerto Rican, Sicilian dude, another white guy, and a black guy from the hood that had stories. And they loved that shit. I the one try to, I control Ian Gleason's show admin. I was the admin on his Facebook page for a long time. And I had, I started doing a podcast with Ian, but Ian was already kind of like promoting my podcast, but I didn't have a name for it or nothing. But I had a vision of what I was gonna do. I said I was gonna do a visual. I said I was gonna have merchandise. I said I was gonna have some stuff to come with this shit. It's just gonna be more than podcasting. And I already knew what my podcast was gonna be about. So one day I got so into the Ian Gleason show, man, I forgot about my podcast. It was to a point where Ian, he announced that shit on the show, and I kind of like brushed that shit off, like, nah, we doing the Ian Gleason show right now. Fuck, I'm riding this wave, nigga. I'm having fun with this shit. I got the defender. It was a bigger show. It was a white boy show too, so I got fans from everywhere. Uh, and then the rapping started wearing out. But keep in mind that my people, my peers, they like, what the fuck you doing, Cuddy? The hell your ass, they like, your ass don't fucking goddamn. And then they got the, I made them believe. See, people are not gonna believe in you until they see you believe in you. And I was so consistent with the shit and so into what I was doing and saying this shit, they believed in me. Like I created not a goofy character, but I just started being a little bit more animated. I had because I was animated with my music a lot though, but I was real serious a lot with my music, and I was a serious period. So I created this animation to me to make. I got a little character, I guess. So I started. I said I got to. I'm gonna put whatever my podcast is. It's gonna be me. I don't want to hide. I don't want to sugarcoat nothing. I'm not Tony the Tiger. I don't sugarcoat my flakes and say you're great. I'm not that nigga. But anyway, it took for Ian Gleason to go to Florida because Ian Gleason was dating this chick that stayed in Florida. And they were having a long distance relationship, but she was moving to Dallas. So he had to fly to Florida to help her move her things to Dallas. They drove back out here. So Ian took off one weekend. And we stopped going to out. We got so good at this shit, we stopped going to iHeartRadio doing the show because we went visual. So we started doing that podcast at bars, on patios, and at Jose on the Mike's crib up the street. So we started being visual. So one day, Ian had to go to Florida. He was going the weekend. And so my first co-host, if you go back to my first podcast season, I had a white boy co-hosting for me, Rico Bobby. He was on the Ian Gleason show. We had the same birthday. He's a white boy that know more hip hop than a teardrop. That's how we bonded, and he's the reason why my podcast is called The Kickback. Because he hung around me for so long, he kicked around my crib. This is when I was hustling. And everybody used to come hang out at my spot. And it was like the kickback spot. I used to always throw these kickbacks. I used to always grill and cook, hang out, dice game, domino game, people on the video game. So it used to always be a kickback, music in the background, all that shit. So my spot was always a spot. No matter where I lived at, over the past 25 years, it was a spot. Over the years, I don't have no company like that no more. But back then, my spot was the Kickback, Honeycomb Hideout. So we sitting there one day, Rico Bobby like, say, Cuddy, man, Ian's gone. What we did the Ian Gleason show still that Saturday, and then we did I used to do my podcast on Sundays, right? So and then one day Bobby was like, say, man, let's do the podcast, Ian gone. And we started that bitch off. We didn't have a name for it and none of that shit. And then maybe I might be getting this wrong. Either way it go, Rico Bobby said, let's call this the Kickback Podcast Show. Cause I said, I don't got no name for it, I don't got no logo. He said, fuck it, we're gonna call it the Kickback Podcast Show because you throw kickbacks. And I said, oh, that kickback, I feel like everybody gonna have that name. I gotta throw some flair to it. Because then I said, fuck it. Cutication, the Kickback Podcast Show, because I was always saying cutication in my rhyme, and I use cutication as a punctuation or a stamp to everything I say and do. It's along with the term righteous. I always say righteous. So cutication came out of my music, and it's gonna be Cutication, the Kickback Podcast Show. My name Cuddy. Cutication is medication, education, and information coming from your boy Cuddy. And that's why I came to Cutication, the Kickback Podcast Show, and I had I had the Scram Bitch Award. Y'all see I wore that shirt, say Scram Bitch. Every show, at the end of my podcast, we gave out the Scram Bitch Award. Everybody tell a story about something they want to say, Scram, get out of my life, get away from me. Get away from me, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Scram, bitch. Yeah, so it could be headaches, health, girlfriends, baby daddy, baby mamas, traffic, your job, your football team, anything, scram. So I came with that right there. Bobby had said the scram in the middle of, I think it was episode 3, episode 4, we had Kiki and Mimi on there, 2 females. And we was like taking a shot like every 15 minutes. And that's when Rico Bobby was like, and the scram bitch goes to, cause I always, scram bitch, now I'm gonna keep it 100. My homegirl Miss Fortune, she used to sing with us. She sing on that song, Three-Piece Suit. Every time me and her come around, and we talk to each other. And she used to always hit me up like, let's go to the bar to have a drink or something. And I be like, I'm busy, I ain't gonna be able to touch it. Scram. She used to always tell me this shit. So I used to always say scram to each other every time we like, trying to brush each other off. I just came with the scram bit because I kind of like made it part of my conversation whenever I'm talking to somebody. I be like, I'll scram bit. And I've been started doing that shit like that. So in the podcast with Ian, every time I was talking on the Ian Gleason show, I always ended with a scram, bitch, scram. And I was like, yeah, I always say that shit. So I came with the term scram, bitch. And I came with the logo and I came with the little merchandise scram bitch shirts. And that's why we do the scram bitch award after every show. So that's how this how all this shit got started, man. I didn't know. I mean, I knew how to do this shit because, to be honest, I'm gonna tell you what made me want to be a podcaster. There was this rapper, not this rapper, it was this dude named Tax Stone. Had a podcast called Tax Season. He's in jail now because he ended up killing somebody, shooting somebody at the him and Troy Ave used to get it. They got into it at the Urban Plaza in Queens, New York, back in 2016, 17, somewhere around that time. But yeah, when I seen Tax Stone doing the podcast, Noriega wasn't even out with Drink Champs yet. But once I seen Tax Stone doing the podcast, this a nigga that's just like me. He's outspoken. He's from the hood. And I said, I went there, and that's he kind of like the reason why I got in the podcast. I'm talking about, but Ian Gleason show had kind of like it birthed me and made me become. Well, I always had the character and the vibe and the swag and stories. It's just I had to figure out how this shit works with YouTube and the algorithm. I ain't know that shit first until about 3-4 years ago. I don't think my cameraman, because I had Jose on the mic. He was my cameraman for my first 20 episodes, and I went to King George TV. King George TV also did the second and third season. They didn't know how the algorithm worked on YouTube. But once I started doing it myself, I started learning. Yeah, I got some stories on this type of shit like that. I got stories for days though. I mean, you ask. But like this how I started doing the podcast and shit, man. This how this shit went. I will say this: if Ian would have never went to Florida and got this and moved his girlfriend out here, and the Ian Gleason show would have stayed going, and I would never started a Kickback Chit Chat. I mean, a Kickback podcast show. And it was Bobby that had threw that name out there to make it real, because people know when they see the people that know me, they know, yeah, that's Cuddy. Everything about my channel, man, and me, they know that's me. I ain't doing no faking on here. My mama watched this shit, so I can't lie. I can't make up shit on here. I got family members that I'm talking about. If somebody knew I was lying about something, they'll say something in the chat. So yeah. What's up? What's up? What we talking about, man? Y'all good? I put y'all to sleep. What's cracking? Or maybe y'all stepped away from y'all phone. Some of y'all watching shit on the TV, so y'all don't really be wanting to type that much. You don't want to pick up your motherfucking goddamn joystick on your PlayStation or your Xbox or on your motherfucking controller. You don't feel like typing. I feel you. I understand that. But yeah, that's how I got in the podcast in '85. Done one, Scrub, whoever was watching. That's how I got in this shit, man. He said, "All right, what all right about '85? What? Yeah. See, I like sitting there telling y'all stories and sharing y'all stuff about stuff like this, man, because everybody always wondering, asking me how you got in the podcast and stuff like that. Even how you started rapping or whatever. Or what happened to your face, man, and your neck and all that shit like that. What happened to all that? Like people they'll see, like with this beard and shit, y'all probably can't see it. But like some of y'all see it in my face. It's scar right there, my ears shit, and then my neck. Now my neck, I've been talking like this. This don't have nothing to do with my voice. See, my neck got slit. You know, I got some shit back here. You know, so I got all type of stories, man. That's what's up, done one. He said he got to run his phone to type. Oh yeah, that's right. I know what you doing, cuz you don't. I'm on the yeah. That's what's up. I know you be listening, but you just be yeah. That's real talk. See, cut. See, I know what cut do. Cut a comment when it's real, when it's meant to. That's what's up. I feel that. Some of y'all do. I like Dunn one know how to keep a conversation going. Leo does. Shawanda, you know, Virgo Queen, she know how to keep the shit going. Lisa does too though. And whenever Bob Dylan them on this shit, I think everybody keep a conversation going along with their own here typing. Cause I think I'm one of them people, man, you can ask me about anything, man, to bring up anything. And I, you know, talk about some shit or share my perspective on this shit, you know, about it, you know. I never did tell y'all though about my homeboy though. They went on that date with that girl. Remember I said something about that chick. He took her to that nice restaurant that I went and ate at a few weeks ago. He set up a date with the chick. He took the chick there. Remember I told you he had went to this chick Instagram page, right? His model Instagram page. He went to the model Instagram page, went through her pictures and had clicked on one of the pictures that he liked and saved it. Now it's a chick he don't know now. So let's put y'all straight on that. He asked what he ended up doing with the picture. He went to his contact list on his phone, went to my number, and placed the picture as my contact. You know what I'm saying? That way, when I call him, the chick, the Instagram model, she pops up on the screen when I call, and it makes it look like she's calling him. So he went on a date with this chick, and he told me he gonna text me when he go to the, you know, use the bathroom, but he gonna leave his phone on the table where it's visible for her to see, face up. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. so, so you know, like I said, he texted me. He said, hey man, text me, man, when I go to the bathroom, I'm gonna text you, okay? And give me about like 65 seconds after I text you and call the phone and just blow it up and text or whatever the case may be. So I said, cool, I'll do that. And I had to ask him though, I said, what you trying to get out of this? Cause I feel kind of bad, man, orchestrating this shit with you, man, on some I wouldn't do no shit like that. But when he told me what was up and why he did it, he's doing it. So I'm talking prior to what happened. So I said I can dig that. And he was like, okay, my whole point is to get some intimidation. He wanted to intimidate the girl. He wanted to make the girl feel like, hey, you ain't the only one I can fuck with. I got other chicks I can fuck with. She probably, you know, it kind of make her humble her down. That was his idea about it. He didn't care about how she was gonna react or trip out or whatever the case may be. First of all, what she gonna do? Catch the bus back to wherever the fuck she from on the other side of town, way out there. Plus, he already flexing anyway. He at Even Coast, a fine dining restaurant. She probably ain't never been in a joint like that. He already flexing by going in a restaurant that he taking her in. He in the fucking Cadillac, 3.0 TT. Then he taking her into this nice environment where they probably about the only black people up in there. So she looped in. So yeah, he goes to the bathroom. You know, I did it. Just get back to the story. You know, he goes to the bathroom. He texts me before he goes. I would, but matter of fact, it's funny though because I was at work. Uh, no, I wasn't. I was going to pick my daughter up. He texted me while I was driving. I just so happened to look at my phone to see that he was texting me, letting me know what was up. Because I wouldn't have never looked at my phone because I was on the highway. I just so happened to look at my phone. And I seen that he texted me by like probably 2 minutes before I looked at it. So I called it right on top of the text. I called. I hung up. I called again. Hung up. Then I called one more time and I text him. Where you at? I'm about to be in sight. Some shit like that. I think I text. So shit. I don't know what happened after that. Shit, okay, that was the end of that on my end. On my part in the movie. I didn't know what was gonna happen until the next day. So the next day he come over. I'm off this weekend. My kid's over. He over here. He tell me what happened. What we wanted to happen and what we expected to happen is what happened. She didn't feel no fucked up about it. She didn't feel played behind no other girl texting him and calling him or whatever because she knew what she had to do. She said, you know what? I'm gonna step my game. I'll beat this bitch. I'm a bad bitch too. Yeah, I'm gonna outbeat it. She ain't gonna be in the and that's the type of energy the girl gave him. She didn't get mad and play with his mind and nothing like that, or be jealous or nothing. She just said she would. It's all about who wanted more. That's the attitude she had, and that's what we wanted to get out of the situation. Now, just don't get too far. She probably was playing the game too, and when she seen his game went harder, she know her whatever she had in play wasn't going to match with that. Now keep we be plenty of times I done went out with chicks. I didn't went out with chicks and nigga texting them, nigga might want me call, nigga be texting because they be looking at their phone. They probably won't text them. They won't text right away back. But it'll be about as time go by, you merge away or something, they probably end up texting person back. I'm not gonna speak for all niggas, but I expect that. Especially if you're attractive anyway. And I talk to attractive females. So I expect for the chick that I'm fucking with or trying to get with, I'm expecting for somebody to, if nobody ain't texting you, I'm worried. If you don't got somebody texting you, unless you just broke up about a relationship, you like fuck niggas right now, and you finna get back out and see. But if I know somebody texting you in your ear, and you probably you entertaining somebody entertaining you. So I expect that. But do I care about it? No. So go ahead and get your text on or whatever. Don't get mad when I get on that end or if I'm on my phone, period, I can be talking to my cousin or anybody. Don't get mad when I tend to my phone about whatever. Because you go here entertain the nigga every now and then whenever he texts you when we together. So I'm not tripping off that, no way. Only for that. So I don't expect for no. At first, people thought he was doing some crazy shit and it wasn't right, but he did what it would have been doing if he would have been doing the same thing on her end if he would have did it. She would have been going to the bathroom to check to go back. Let me go to the bathroom so she can text that nigga back or call him. So it was gonna be good. The thing about only thing he did was left his phone in front of her and had to face up. Only thing he did was left his phone up and it was face up. He didn't take his phone to the bathroom with her. She would have had to take her phone to the bathroom with her because she would have had to say something to the nigga, say, hey, I'm out doing this right here with this dude, blah, 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 I'll get back at you. We expect that. And guess what? If I'm a fire ass cold nigga and I believe myself, she should be expecting another chick calling me too. And that's what I'm saying. She should be if 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 she fucking with me, she better know, especially if she look good. She better know that another chick fucking with me too. She need to have that in her head, even if they not. Even if I'm not fucking around. Even if she's the only one that I got my eyes set on and who I'm talking to, she needs to still have in her head that nigga. I wanna if she's assuming that there's another chick around, I'm not gonna tell her that it's not. Even if it's not. Not gonna do it. You heard me? But yeah, so that what happened during one. I I was curious about the outcome. I'm sitting up all night waiting on him to come by uh, and tell me. And shit, I heard the news Saturday, and I'm sitting up there like, oh damn. I said that was up right there. Everything we said was gonna go like that, but I ain't expected to go wrong. Now let's just say the only way it would have went wrong if they would have went to Chili's or Applebee's or some Olive Garden type of shit, and she would have rode in her own car. If she would have drove her own car there, and they met up there, and they would have went to one of them type of joints like that, she probably would have walked out on him before he came back from the bathroom. But the fact that it was in this nice ass place, he flexing already. Plus he old player ass dude. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't gonna take that away from him. And that shit right there occurred. Oh yeah, she fell into the trap. Am I guilty for orchestrating this shit with him? Do I feel bad about it? Hell no. As soon as that nigga went to the bathroom, know what she did? Oh, okay. And set her phone to the side. She got her text out the way too. We all know, man, when you with somebody, man, you out and about with somebody, man. You got to get that text or that call out. You got to merge away somewhere around the corner. You got to go to the bathroom. Why you think chicks always, well, when chicks together, and they always they go to the bathroom. I don't know what they go to the bathroom for. Rather, I mean, it ain't even if cocaine involved. I don't know why females feel like they got to go to the bathroom with each other. But I know what it is. They want to talk and gossip. They want to say some shit that they can't say at the table around whoever around. It ain't just about because men. It might be a female at the table that they don't want to say something around. But yeah. Where we at? What happened anyway is that uh, he won in the tug of war situation because I seen the chick and I know she had some up her sleeve. I know she looked like a little Miami type of chick, you know. She looked like one of the city girls. Uh, I don't like fucking with city girl type of chicks, you know. No, mm. Because I don't like playing tug of war in relationships or with any type of energy. You know, I ain't trying to, you know, Darby D, she a city girl type of girl. I don't like being around people like that. I don't like to be around Darby D that much either, you know. She cool every now and then, but after being around her for like, nah, I don't think. Cause my attitude and my personality, she, she ain't gonna she ain't gonna like me because I ain't gonna deal with how she come. And I ain't one of them niggas that she be around that, you know, that let her talk crazy or whatever. So yeah, I don't like city girl type of chicks. They just you gotta use them, you gotta enjoy them. Don't never cherish them. I don't cherish a lot of shit anyway. I just cherish my kids. I enjoy everything else. So that's that, and I say that a lot. I say that in front of females. Yeah, I mean, enjoy everything, but I never cherish. So yeah, I had to let her know that and feel that. So she yeah, the type of chicks I like are they ain't too squarish, but they just they got a little street sense or whatever. But they don't need them. They don't need to know. They I like a chick that I like to be around. I like to be with people, man. That's really not aware of everything. I'm a, I like to learn from. I want to be around somebody I can learn something from, and I want somebody. I want somebody. I want to be with somebody I can learn from them, or they can learn from me too. Like they don't probably listen to that much hip hop, or if they do, I want to listen to this right here. Or I might, they might don't be aware that I like, I listen to a lot of pop and other type of music, or I'm into this right here, or I'm into that. They don't know that I like to bring, I like to, I like to be around people that's not expecting to expect it. Once it's expected, you know what I'm saying? So, uh, yeah, uh, I remember I was around this. I had met this white girl. Like she's still one of my favorite white girls to this day, and she recited a Nas verse, and you know, the Nas, this dude right here, she recited a Nas verse, and you know, you don't even hear black girls recite Nas verses, not this song, no way. And she rapped the whole song, and then when I heard she know other songs, that shit turned me on. A MC8 song, a E40, anything like little stuff like that. It could be a movie, it could be a quote, it could be anything. Stuff like that. That kind of made us a little. I like stuff like that. Oh, Don, one you talking about you like a chick? You talking about? I thought you. She said fuck niggas. I like the laid back chick. You know, not too rocky. You know what I'm saying? It's more reserved. Cause see, I like people that see me now, they be tripping off me because I'm so like when I be out, I be chill and relaxed now. I be reserved and shit. I be chill. I don't really talk that much. Well, I talk, but I'm not like I was back then. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 years ago, 15. Well, I was always outgoing, crazy, loud. And now, like, I'm different now. And people, when they see me, they're like, damn, man, you something changed about you. I said, I'm just chilling, man. And they don't, even if you look at my old podcast shows from 7, 8, 9 years ago, you'll see how I was back then to how I am now is different. It's like it's a big change. And 10 years prior to that, I was a different person. So it's just I just evolved to a certain type of person. I still got the same mindset and character. It's just I just move. It's a different type of move or dance I do with it. Bob Dylan, what's the feeling? We all in here chilling. Yeah, I look in the sky. No, not the ceiling. What a wonderful feeling. We talking facts, y'all call it feelings. We on the road to the billions. Yeah. We just in here running, man. I've been here for a cool ticket. 12:30. But yeah, I had supposed to start it earlier though. I'm riding it out now though, man. We had a good conversation, man. They listening. They doing a little typing, but they listening. I'm going all over the place. Bob Dylan, man. Why? How you know? How you the only person call me Jay? Bob, you must look at my Facebook. Bob Dylan, why you the only one call me Jay? Even though it's Cuddy J Davis, we doing good. We in there chopping and politicking. I had to get him a rundown on how I became a podcaster, man, and how this shit all started, man, and how I got it going to where it's at now, and how I took control of this shit myself. Yeah, I was Cuddy Slim, the rapper. Uh, then I end up reinforming myself to Cuddy J. Cause I'm not slim no more. I gained about like 40 pounds. Yeah, I look, I used to be a little slim chick, kid, you know what I'm saying? But I always said Cuddy J in my rhymes though, because people call me J too, or they call me Cuddy, or they call me Cuddy J, Cuddy Joe, Cuddy J. Cause I put the slam on that shit for a rapper. And then after I started rapping, I went back to Cuddy. When I started podcasting, it was Cuddy J. I'm Cuddy Slim the rapper, but I'm Cuddy J the podcaster. But even if I was to go back to rapping, I'll still be Cuddy J. But I use Cuddy J Davis, man, because it just people know all three names. My real name on the cool though was Jason LeVar Davis. The nigga at Walmart, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, my real name Jason LeVar Davis, man. But people call me I hear Cuddy more than anything. I hear Cuddy. The reason why I hear J because I'm at work. People call me Jay at work because they see at work my name Jason and they call me Jay at work. Some people know I'm Cuddy, but they don't call me that. But people that know me from the streets and all that, they don't even know my real name. They don't. All they know is Cuddy. So and I put and if they're on Facebook with me, they know it's Cuddy J Davis. So we just get. They'll never just call me Jay by itself. They'll either call me Slim or they'll say Cuddy J or Cuddy Sark, some shit like that. So uh, that's how the name thing go these days. Because when some people call me Cut Dog, Cuddy Cut, whatever, all type of cuts and shit. But it's just weird to hear somebody just type out J on my cause they don't know who Jay is. And Dylan, I'm like, how the hell Dylan know my fucking goddamn short government? But you gotta understand the name Cuddy. My mom called me Cuddy sometime. That's how hard it goes. My manager at my job calls me Cuddy sometime. When you look at my fucking they gave me my 4-year anniversary on the envelope. It said Cuddy Davis. So I mean, like Cuddy is like a name that if you Google Cuddy Slim or Cuddy J, I pop up. So yeah, I mean, that's how that shit works, and that's why I don't. It's like even though I'm at the age I am, I just can't tell nobody my name is Jay or Jason. You know what I'm saying? And I tell my homeboys to me, I said, y'all ain't in the lane I'm in. I gotta give them I gotta sell, I'm selling myself. I gotta give them who I am. I gotta get them Cuddy J Davis. Or I gotta get them Cuddy J. Or I don't say Cuddy, so I say Cuddy. Because that's what everybody call me. Now, if you be around me long enough, or you'll learn to call me. You'll know to call me. You'll know my name Jay or Jason. You know. But at the same time, guys, my mama named me Jason. Y'all can call me what the fuck y'all want to call me. It's my name. I love my name, all of them. You know. So yeah. But if I introduce you as this person right here, it's probably what I feel like you would call me. Now I ain't gonna lie, most females, well, or all females that I end up being in relation with, like relationship with, not jump offs, not flings. They eventually any female that call me Jay or Jason, we had relationships. They'll never call me Cuddy. Now they probably called me Cuddy for about a couple of days, but after that they stopped calling me Cuddy. It was on another level. But mostly anybody that I'm probably with on some part time shit, they call me Cuddy. Uh, yeah, I tell people all the time, man. If you can't go you can't go nowhere around here and ask where Jay at or where Jason at. Nobody's not gonna know. If you say where Cuddy at, if y'all seen Cuddy as Cuddy been around, people gonna turn their head because my name rings volumes around here. You ain't gonna find me looking for Jay or Jason out here where I'm at. You gotta say Cuddy. It's only one Cuddy around here. I'm talking about probably this whole motherfucking metroplex. I probably met one Cuddy, and it was 20 years ago. His name was Cuddy Mack. He was a rapper. I don't know no other Cuddies around here. I'm talking about in this metroplex of 7 million people. In the whole metroplex of 7 million people. It's only I'm probably about the most known or acknowledgeable Cuddy around here. Like I said, you go to Google and type in Cuddy Slim or Cuddy J, watch who pops up. Go to images. Real talk. Well, he's 85 Cuddy. I'm like I said, that's Cuddy. I'm Cuddy J, Cuddy Slim. You know what I'm saying? Now, the thing about like now, here's the fucked up part about this whole situation, man. With 85 Cuddy. Now, my first car was an 85 Cutlass Salon. My first car was an 85 Cutlass Salon. I got it in 1995. Well, actually 1994. I got it. I got it in 95 when I got my license. I started driving it in 85 when I got my license. But I had to. It was my mom. My mom used to have a bunch of colors. My mama had a 442 colors. My mama had a 78 colors. My mama had an 81 color Supreme. My mama had another 84 color Supreme. Then she got the 85 color Salon in 85. They only made 100 of them bitches. She got one of a kind. T-tops, 307 motor in the hood, float in the rocket shifter, bucket seats, burgundy with the chrome cutlass rims. Cuddy knew what I'm talking about. So the name 80, it was like the name 85 could call my eye because my first car was an 85 Cutlass Salon. My name is Cuddy J, Cuddy Slim because an old head nigga called me Cuddy because of my car I was driving back in 95. My neighbor next door. He used to always say Cuddy Slim. And the cut dog, Cuddy Slim, old nigga, ain't he probably, to be honest, I probably, when I was 16, 17 at the time, he probably had to be about 50. And when I learned Cuddy was an old school 70s name for the players and pimps. And I watched that movie, Dead Presidents, the nigga Clifton Powell playing the character named Cuddy. He was a pimp. And that's why I started respecting that name, because at first I didn't know what the fuck he was saying. And when I heard the name, I said, I like that shit. And eventually that shit just spread the name. And then, as a rap, I made it my rap name. Cuddy Slim, because I was slim. And if it was a cool name, it was catchy. It was marketable. We could market that name. And this before the term Cuddy came out. Can a nigga just get some cud? There before all that. In Oakland, they say Cuddy with a D. It's Cuddy, like Buddy, but it's Cuddy. I'm Cuddy. So like it's a difference. So like I came to Cuddy Slim because I always felt like I was some player fly shit. G shit at the same time. So yeah, that's why I got the name Cuddy like that. Burgundy. I had a burgundy colors, man. That's why you hear my music, man, my rap, the music, most of my music that I record, you hear me say shit, man. Like I always throw that colors in there. Like I always say 80. I got one verse I say 85 cut dog, custom made T-tops, sitting on his tippy toes, make them fees bop. I'd rather wear shell toes, fuck Reeboks. Got a fifth of yak, now I'm headed to the weed spot. Cuddy never chase a bitch unless she's hot. Get a close aim on the fucking recock. That nigga think he a G. I say he's not. Ladies want a fucking G. I hit the G spot. Still going up a pill 5150. Sipping on a Shreveport, Louisiana. I was born and raised. Now I'm in Dallas performing on the stage. Yeah, I just say nigga had all them dudes. Done one, them niggas in Shreveport know I'm a rapper, nigga. They know I'm done one, them niggas in Shreveport know I rap. And they know I rap. Like I don't make no dance songs. I don't try to make club songs. I just rap. I don't have no. I'm not no down south rapper. I'm not no East Coast rapper. I'm just a rapper. I talk about life. I want everybody to hear what I'm saying. Give me a beat anywhere, nigga. I can be in France. I'm rapping on that beat. New York, LA, Portland, Miami, Atlanta, Chicago, Houston. Just don't screw my voice. Yeah. I like the way it is. Yeah, I'm always talking that hmm, yeah. Cause I got so many different styles and shit, man. I really don't have no like I was always there, or like my niggas always used to tell me, cause you gotta understand the group that I'm with. None of us are from Dallas, except about two of us, I think. But most of it, we all from like different parts. We got one from Long Beach, one from Chicago, one from Detroit, one from DC, one from Africa, Louisiana. Two or three of us from Louisiana, but still, it was a whole crew of us. So we couldn't even really just dissect what city we was representing because I was sound. And my group members used to always tell me, say, man, you that rapper that can go to, we can be anywhere and you have a verse for anywhere we go with any rapper. We rather be hooking up with Sibo, MC8, uh, fucking Jay Z, Trick Daddy, Outkast, Slim Thug, Warren G, Nate Dogg, whatever, whoever. I mean, I had a verse for any artist that I can, because I just had that style. Twister, I just had that little, and like I said, I never made music for the club, or I didn't make dance shit. Uh, I talk serious rap. I didn't interrogate myself. Uh, not interrogate me, but I didn't incriminate myself. I mean to say, not interrogate. I didn't incriminate myself in my music, but I talked their life with, what I went through. I made serious music, real life music. Now I made serious music. Like I actually talked about everything I talked about in my music. That's what I was doing at the time. That's why I wrote it. I couldn't write nothing. I couldn't exaggerate. I couldn't make up shit. But I also could just give it all either. So whatever the Virgo Queen, baby. Mwah. Uh, yeah, man. But yeah, I'm still, even though I don't even be in the booth that much no more. I'm still that old rapper. They're in their 48 years old. They can go in there and do a song to 25-year-old and rap just like them. I get on that shit with them. Peanut butter cutter, by the so you could get it, man. I'll be on that shit with the whatever how that shit is. No auto tune my shit. I love my voice. Straight up. I get on it with them. I get on that level with it. Then I just keep it raw with it and get on that. I keep it keep it how it is. I feel like shit. My music always been timeless anyway. To get back to the music situation, the music that I made back then fits what was going on right now. The shit that we made back then. And I've been trying to catch up with my group members. My clique nigga, I've been trying to text them niggas, man, say, man, y'all know all that music that we made back then that we never released, even the stuff that we did release. That shit fits in with the time now, the music they making now. We need to get in this, throw it out there just for fun. And that's what I've been trying to get up in contact with these niggas. All that shit I be playing for y'all. We need to present that shit now. Because when we was making that music right there, the wave changed. The wave had changed. The wave had changed. Yeah, the wave changed, y'all. So it's like we made that music too late, I should say, or we made it too early. I don't know. But I always told my homeboys on this though. We couldn't take this shit back to Shreveport. It's not too many songs that we can go as a group and perform in front of a Shreveport crowd, my hometown. Probably in y'all hometown, I don't know. But it wasn't gonna work. Now my songs as a solo artist, yeah. But not no songs that we did as a group. I said Shreveport would not be a spot that we go to and perform our group song because I know that crowd and that ain't what they want. They on that jig music, they want that jig shit, that ratchet shit. That's what Shreveport want. And it's still to this day that's what they want. Y'all fading out, what's going on? What we got? Okay, it say 5 right here, 2 right there. Say I. Say I. Somebody say I. Y'all tapping. It's the weekend, man. Y'all ain't trying to go to sleep. Y'all are not trying to go to sleep. Who's all in? Who's all in? Y'all tapping out, let me know, man. I know it's been almost 2 hours. What's going on? Well, that's cool then. You know what I'm about to do? I'm gonna roll this blunt to the end of the show. Just like, oh, okay, there we go. There we go. I'm like, okay. My boy 85 though. 85 though, man. I'm chilling though, man. It's the weekend. I feel like y'all probably had time. Y'all can hang out tonight. Y'all can hang out tonight. I don't gotta be to work tomorrow tomorrow I gotta be there at 11. But me, I know I get up early anyway though. I get up my alarm, see my on the weekend, my alarm is set for 7:30. Reason being, right? Really for my kids when they come over here on the weekend, I like to get up and cook an early breakfast. I don't like that. I hate to wake up and start cooking breakfast around 10 o'clock at night. You cook breakfast around 10 o'clock in the morning. You start cooking breakfast at 10. You really ain't done. The way I cook, you ain't done until about 10:30, 11 down there. It's 11 o'clock, the kids eating breakfast. They been up in the room for 2, 3 hours. See, my kids, they won't even come in here and wake me up. You know. See, they sleep in my room uh, when they come over here. So I sleep right here. I fall asleep on the lazy boy, or I sleep on this couch. So my kids, they won't even come wake me up. So I have to set an alarm to get up. At least at 7:30 it goes off, but I probably get up around about 8:30 and cook breakfast. Well, they get their breakfast out the way. They won't be snacking and eating and hungry and shit all day. So once I feed them their breakfast at about 9:30 or 10, they don't really be hungry no more. They probably have a snack or so like between 2 and 5 or some shit like that. And then I start cooking dinner. But that's why I got the alarm set like that. But anyway, we be saying what I'm saying. I get up early anyway. See, I got to work tomorrow. I go to work at 11. So what I'm about to get to, I go to work at 11 tomorrow. I work from 11 to 8. Uh, it was now. Today was the last day of high school. I mean, today was the last day of school out here in Dallas. Today was the last day of school out here in Dallas. So, like everybody know, I'm in the restaurant industry. You know, I bartend or whatever. Uh, it really wasn't that busy tonight because of the fact most of everybody out here, especially in the area that I work in a rich neighborhood called Lakewood. And everybody's big ass houses is right across the street from fucking country club. It sits right outside of downtown Dallas, right there on the tip of Deep Ellum and Lower Greenville, East Dallas area. South Dallas is right around it. But yeah, but anyway, the area I work in, Lakewood, it's a rich area. These people got money. During the summertime, they on 3 month vacations in Europe, here, there, whatever, Canada, Australia. They do stuff like that. So when holidays come, you get those families and people that are like in my restaurant, they are regulars and they come in all the time. But during holidays like this, they go on trips. So they got like a fucking lake house or some shit like that. So they might go to their lake house or some friend's house in another city to do some shit. But we'll get a crowd with like the ones who live off the wealth, them type of kids, the kids, the people that live off the family riches. You get that ain't going nowhere. They just want to go out, eat and drink because it's a holiday. You get them kind of people. They throw you money. That's cool, but it's gonna be busy. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be busy. Um, Tomorrow I need to do the same thing I did. Well, today was slow. It was hot as fuck, but it was slow too though. But I still made $240. You know what I'm saying? But it was slow. Um, Hope I make by like I need to make by we got right here Texas Mo new studio with budget. Oh look, Texas moving man, Texas moving media say new studio with budget full time in a house. I'm out be cool. What up with the Texas music, man? Hit that like button for your boy before you roll out. Hey man, where you at though? Yeah, okay. That Texas movement doing a little highlight out there for us, y'all. Y'all tap into that. Yeah, man. Yeah. So tomorrow I need to make pretty much the same thing I did. I gotta make pretty. This I gotta. This is today was day number one of my 8 day stretch. I gotta work 7 more days in a row till I'm off Saturday. But I need to make down there. To be honest, on some real shit, I need to make down there 250 every day I go to work at least. I need to make 250 every week, every day. I got it. And it's because my kids want to go to Louisiana. They want to go see their grandma. They want to go to Louisiana and all that. On top of that, to go to Louisiana, I got to get an oil change. I got to get in two. I got to get some new tires. I'm not fixing to drive on. I'm not going to take trips on across the fucking state line. At least I got my tires at the park. You know, it's gonna be my first time getting tires changed on this vehicle. Cause when they was brand new, they lasted what 3 years. They were brand new when I bought them. So I mean, I got time to change the front tires. The back tires are good. My shit's a 4 wheel drive. My shit's a 4 wheel drive, but the front tires are kind of like wearing out. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's before I make that trip, I got to spend $250 on some front tires. Probably did 100 on the oil change. All right, guys, you guys done? Y'all out of here, man? Who I'm saying my good nights to? Who's all out of here? Name the price for what? Hey, Texas media, what you talking about? You and Squid, hold up. What Texas media talking about? Oh, okay. Hey, Texas media. I know who that is. That's my boy right there, straight out of Chi-Town. Joliet. I know who Texas media is, man. He ain't never tell me his name. I know who you are now, man. Why you do that, man? Why you acting like that, my boy? Get you 20 more subscribers so we can go live together. Texas media. You know what? I should have clicked on it. That's my partner right there, man. That's my partner right there, man. Hey, Texas media, man. Hey, you need to get back in, nigga. I know who you are, nigga. Come back in, nigga. You been waiting on me to click. You know what? I should have clicked on that profile a long time ago. I should have clicked on that page a long time ago, nigga. I've been wondering about you, nigga. Texas media. Nigga, I was thinking about you the other day, man. I'm like, I know this nigga talking like he know me, but he don't. I don't think he know me. Hey, man. Hey, Lex. Fuck the dumb shit. Hey, man. Hit me up, man. You know how to get in touch with me, Lex, man. Texas Movement. Hit me up, man. I know what you're talking about now. All right, that night, Virgo Queen. Damn, Lex. That's my own boy right there, man. The whole time I ain't even know that nigga. I had to click on his fucking goddamn page, his channel. But you know what? I'ma holler at all you guys, man. I catch you on the flip side. It's your boy. I'm out like a fat kid in dodgeball. Holler at y'all.